Welcome students. Today we are going to study law of demand. Law of demand is one of the important basic law of consumption. Dr. Alfred Marshall introduced this law in his book Principle of Economics, which was published in 1890. The law explains the functional relationship between price and quantity demanded. What is the statement about this consumption? Dr. Alfred Marshall said, or according to Professor Alfred Marshall, other things being equal, higher the price of commodity, smaller is the quantity demanded, and lower the price of commodity, larger is the quantity demanded. In short, the meaning of this statement: more quantity demanded at a lower price, less quantity demanded at a higher price. So on the basis of this statement, we can explain there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Symbolically, this is the functional relationship between two variables like quantity demanded and price. Price of commodity, quantity demanded for that commodity. So demand for X commodity is the function of price of X commodity. Demand for X commodity is the function and price of X commodity is the cause. So cause effect relationship between these two variables. Symbolically, it can be expressed like this. There is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded of commodity and quantity demanded for that commodity and price of commodity. When the price goes upward side, demand goes downward. Price goes downward, then the demand goes upward. This law of demand is explained with the help of the following demand schedule and also graphical presentation. Look at this demand schedule. You can appreciate this demand schedule. First one column heading is the price of commodity X, which is measured in rupees, and quantity demanded of commodity for X commodity in kgs. First one, 50 rupees price of X commodity per kg. How many kg quantity demanded? Only 1 kg quantity demanded by consumer at rupees 50 per kg. When the price goes downward or it become less and less from 50 to 40, 40 to 30, 30 to 20, 20 to 10, then the quantity demanded becomes more and more from 1 kg to 5 kg. 5 kg quantity demanded by consumer at rupees 10 per kg means when the price of commodity become less and less, then the quantity demanded for X commodity become more and more. So there is an inverse relationship in our schedule. 1 kg quantity demanded at 50 rupees per kg and 5 kg quantity demanded at 10 rupees per kg. So this schedule explain more quantity demanded at lower price and less quantity demanded at highest price. So there is a inverse relationship between these quantity demanded and price of commodity. When we plotted this schedule on the graph paper, then the demand curve, initially we measured the quantity demanded on x-axis and price of commodity on y-axis. From downward to upward, price more and more from 10 to 50, and when we goes right side from the origin, then 1 to rising order. We plotted quantity demanded on x-axis and price of commodity on the y-axis. In this graph paper, the slope of the demand curve is downward from left to right, from left to right. This downward demand curve shows that there is an inverse relationship between price of commodity and quantity demanded for that commodity. When the price is rupees 50 kg, then the 1 kg quantity demanded. And when the price goes downward side from 50 to 10 per kg, then the demand curve's equilibrium point shows that 5 kg quantity, which is more than previous quantity. Why it is more than previous quantity? Because of the price become less and less from 50 rupees per kg to 10 rupees per kg. So more quantity demanded by consumer. So the graphical presentation also shows that there is an inverse relationship between price of commodity and quantity demanded for that commodity. This law this law does hold good or true on the basis of certain conditions which are given by Alfred Marshall, and these conditions are called assumptions of the law of demand. What are the assumptions of the law of demand? First one is the level of income, no change in size of population, then prices of substitute goods and also complementary goods remain constant, then no expectation about future price, no change in taste habit, preferences, fashions, no change in taxation policy. Now let us start. What are the assumptions in detail? Constant level income, constant level of income, because of the it is one of the influencing factor on the quantity demanded for commodity. The income of a consumer, which is greatly influence on the demand. When the income rise, demand rise. When income falls, then the demand falls. Income of the consumer is very important determinant to in determinant of demand. So there is no change in the income of consumer when the law of demand does hold good. It is one of the condition or one of the assumption. There is no change in level of income. Second one, constant size of population. Size of population. When the population rises, then the demand also rises. When the population falls, then the demand falls. Both are positively related or directly related with each other. When there is a rise in population, rise in demand. So, positively related. So population is one of the important determinant which is influence on the demand for commodity. So there is no change in size of population. It is one of the condition or assumption. The next one is the price of substitute. There is no change in the price of substitute. Suppose prices of substitute, the Coca-Cola, if the price of Coca-Cola rises, then the demand goes up of the Pepsi, because of Pepsi is the substitute of Coca-Cola. Suppose the Coca-Cola is the X commodity in our example. When the price rises, price of Coca-Cola rises, then the demand for Pepsi rises, because of the demand for Coca-Cola becomes false or less, and all this demand diverted to the demand for Pepsi. So the price of there is no change in the price of substitute. Opposite of this situation, when the price of Coca-Cola drops, then the demand for Pepsi diverted to a Coca-Cola, the demand for Coca-Cola. So these are the substitute goods, the price of substitute goods, which is greatly influence on the demand for another goods which is substitute. Then prices of complementary also. When the price of petrol rises, car and petrol both are jointly demanded by consumer or a fuel. The price goes up when the demand for complementary good falls, because of the car required fuel. And when the price of fuel rises, the demand for car become less. It is also the price of complementary goods also influence on the demand for X commodity or a car in our example. So there is no change in the complementary goods. No change in taste habits preferences. Next one, assumption. Consumer like, dislikes, preferences, fashions, etc. All these are the determinant of the demand. So there are no change in taste habits or a preferences. When the consumer like particular commodity, suppose the consumer like X commodity, even though rise in the price of commodity X, the consumer demanded more quantity of X commodity because of he like. So likes, dislikes is also one of the determinant which is influence on the demand for particular commodity. So there is no change in the taste habit preferences. It is one of the assumption. No change in taxation policy. If higher taxes imposed by government, then the low in demand for goods. There is no change in the level of taxation. It is one of the determinant of the demand. So it is one of the assumption. There is no level of taxation. There is no change in the taxation. There is no change in the government taxation policy. Higher taxes imposed by government, then the lower demand for goods. When the lower rates of taxes on goods, then the higher in demand for goods. So it is one of the condition which is given by Dr. Alfred Marshall when the demand law of demand does hold good or a true. So it is one of the assumption or a condition given by Alfred Marshall. On the basis of this topic, what is law of demand or explain the law of demand with its assumption? Board may ask this type of question. Thank you.